We interrupt our program to bring you this important message.
Have you ever wondered why the news plays the same 5 stories again and again? Let me give you a little hint. Brainwashing and repetition is the most basic form of brainwashing. Join me as we look at the news cycle and talk about why the mainstream media is so gutless and afraid to report the truth. So what's up? Good afternoon. Happy Friday. Welcome to Troubled Minds News. I am your host, Michael Strange, and this is the show where the conspiracy is the news itself, the actual news. And so we like to kind of get together and discuss this a couple times a week and look at the news cycles and what's actually going on out there. Because, of course, as we know, as we've been paying attention and as you've been listening to this show, we do understand that there's a larger conspiracy afoot with, of course, the mainstream media, with, of course, the huge billionaires that own these media conglomerates, and how basically the reality we live in is not quite what they're trying to tell us it is. And of course what that means is a lot of things. There's a lot of implications there. Of course with the phony science, the follow the science political jargon that goes around, the you know what it is. All the stuff that we always talk about, all the stuff we always think about on this show, Troubled Minds, and the trouble here at Troubled Minds News. And so if you're new here, like I said, we always have new people kind of joining us and following along in the journey here, which I appreciate a lot. Everybody out there, thank you for hanging out and spending your time with us. I know there's 10 million things you could be doing right now, and yet here you are in the chat. I appreciate all you guys. And so if you're new, basically this show is a news show that spawned off of the other podcast we do called Troubled Minds Radio. And that show, of course, is, aliens, conspiracy, the paranormal. We watch the propaganda and the rest of that stuff, right? So we used to do a whole news segment as part of that show, and it kind of just became so large that the news became its own show. And so that's what this is. It's just more of a way to kind of look at news as maybe it should be. If I'm not even a journalist, by the way, I'm just some asshole on the internet. But the thing is, like, the journalists out there are so gutless. They just carry water for the powers that be, and don't really do any real journalism anymore. So it leaves it to regular folks like us to really look at this stuff and try and figure out what the hell's going on. So anyway, that's just kind of the quick sum up of what this show's all about. And of course, as part of the transparency process, we are live. We do this show live. We've done all the shows live ever since the very beginning. And we have a phone number up if you want to be part of the show, 702-957-1037. That's 702-957-1037. And there we go. That's what's up. That's what's going on. And if you want to be part of the show as well, you can join the Discord. Lots of smart people on the Discord, and lots of good conversations and sharing links and all kinds of stuff going on over there. So with that said, let's see what's up in the chat. What's up, guys? I see you there. Thanks for being here, and let's roll. Let's do it. Let's do it, guys. Let's do it. How is everybody out there? Happy Friday. Happy Friday. All right, let's roll. Let's do some news. Why the hell not? Right? There's worse things we could be doing right now. So let's do this. Let's start here. This is from Tech Dirt, and this is one of my favorite sites, actually. There's very few websites on the internet that I can say this is one of my favorite sites, but this one in particular actually is. Tech Dirt reports this. The DOJ says it's time to add ransomware attacks to the ever-expanding war on terror. Yep, that's right. That's right. So now, the war on terror. You remember that? Remember George W. Bush? Terror. Remember that? The war on terror. He could never even say it. This guy from Texas. And now this war is continually happening, and this war on terror, and now ransomware attacks are going to be added to the list. So let's read some of this. This is from today, Friday, June 30th, or sorry, I'm time traveling. Friday, June 11th. Holy crap. Check this out. High-profile ransomware attacks. Some of the FBI have tentatively attributed to Russian hackers have provoked the kind of response none of us should be in any hurry to welcome. But it's been coming to this point for years, they say. All right. So again, let's see. Let's go there. Let's get a thing. All right. Malicious hacking efforts, some of them targeting government agencies, have been normal for as long as we've had computers and networks, and it's something our own surveillance agencies engage in, whether to search for terrorists or to simply cripple foreign governments. Throughout it all, there's been a steady call by some legislators and officials to turn cyber wars into actual wars, or at the very least, allow U.S. government agencies to engage in more offensive hacking efforts rather than simply play defense. War, or anything government can call a war, is one simple trick governments use to obtain more power for themselves at the expense of the rights of those they serve. Weird, huh? Weird how somebody out there is saying these things and not actually just carrying water for the establishment and trying to set up the next world war, right? Trying to set up the rest of this. This is... Again, like I said, we need more brave people to say things like this, because this is the truth of the matter, is that, what was it? Eisenhower warned against the military-industrial complex, how it cannot be stopped. There are powers that are behind the scenes pulling the strings to make sure perpetual war and what is it? Artificial scarcity, just like out of 1984, just like Orwell has always said, is that this stuff is real. This stuff is actually real. And so here we go now. We have another slice of the war on terror. Terror, right? I can't even say it properly. I can't even say it as badly as George W. Bush when I try to say it badly. But you get what I'm saying, right? The war on terror now is they're trying to add this as the next thing. Ransomware is the next thing in line for the war on treatment. A DOJ internal memo, first referenced by Reuters and shared by the DOJ with Gizmodo, is equating ransomware attacks with terrorism. Now here's the official statement. Check this out. The U.S. Department of Justice plans to take a much harsher approach when pursuing cybercriminals involved in ransomware attacks, and will investigate them using strategies similar to those currently employed against foreign and domestic terrorists. And notice the definition of a terrorist changes. All right? Now, right? Notice. Now, this is an important distinction to make. When you notice the way the political winds are blowing, terrorists become these people or those people, right? Because, of course, they can't just have, people that break this particular law. It has to be a group of people they can politically shade, right? Or go after or malign or whatever. It's just part of the whole, what would you call it? Division politic, as it were, all right? So this is what's happening. So just one add it to the list. Ransomware attacks, you're now a terrorist. If you talk about things like this on the internet like this, well, how long is it before we're not a terrorist? You see, like there's a lot in play here that doesn't get enough exposure, in my opinion. And like I said, that's why Tech Dirt here is one of my favorite websites on the internet, because they don't pull any punches. There's no bullshit with them. They're like, nope, this is important, and we're talking about it, and that's that. And of course, if nobody amplifies this or talks about this or brings it up, or it gets dumped on dumping day. You see? Dumping day, Friday. The day that the news trickles out and flows into the weekend of barbecue and beer, and nobody notices a damn thing. And then Monday comes around, and the media has a new plan, and they hope you forget all of this stuff. But anyway, a new class and breed of terrorist. By design and being defined as part of that under the terrorism umbrella by the U.S. government. And to me, well, that's dangerous. I think this is dangerous because we, just like Helena says in the chat, what's up? We're all going to be on that list eventually. And I think that's part of the equation here. And part of what really irritates me about this is that basically if you have... You just go against the establishment, you end up on the list, right? You end up on the list. And it isn't right. It's, I don't know. I can say a lot more about this, but, this is the news show, so I'm not going to soapbox too hard. But you get what I'm saying here. Like, there's a problem with this. Every time we hear the word crackdown or the war on this, well, what does it really mean? The war on you is really what it means. But anyway, I digress. Let's keep on trucking, shall we? Let's go to Newsweek. Speaking of crazy news, yeah, I'm probably on a couple lists, that's for damn sure. That's all right though, right? I mean, what are you doing if you're not on a list out there? That's my question to you. What are you doing? What are you doing? In any case, Newsweek, exclusive. Check this out. How amateur sleuths broke the Wuhan lab story and embarrassed the media. Right? Remember we talked about, January of 2020. Ash and I had several shows that month, and we were talking about what it now has a name. Back then it didn't have a name. It was just a conspiracy theory. That was the official name. But now the name is the Wuhan Lab Hypothesis. They've named it. And now that they've named it, it's legitimate, right? Well, apparently, let's just read this. How amateur sleuths broke the Wuhan lab story and embarrassed the media. Well, the media embarrasses itself, so let's start there. But here we go. For most of last year, the idea that the coronavirus pandemic could have been triggered by a laboratory accident in Wuhan, China, was largely dismissed as a racist conspiracy theory of the alt-right. That's true, if you guys remember. The Washington Post in early 2020 accused Senator Tom Cotton of fanning the embers of a conspiracy theory that has been repeatedly debunked by experts. CNN jumped in with how to debunk coronavirus conspiracy theories and misinformation from friends and family. Remember that article? We talked about that when it came out. Most other mainstream outlets, from the New York Times, Fringe Theory, as they called it, to NPR, quote, scientists debunk lab accident theory, were equally dismissive, which, of course, was completely true, and that they were dismissive anyway. Newsweek was an exception. Here's Newsweek, reporting in April 2020 that the WIV, the Wuhan Institute of Virology, of course, was involved in gain-of-function research and might have been the site of a lab leak. Mother Jones, Business Insider, the New York Post, and Fox News were also exceptions. But in the last week or so, the story has burst into the public discourse. President Joe Biden has demanded an investigation by U.S. intelligence, and the mainstream media, in an astonishing about-face, is treating the possibility with deadly seriousness. Weird. The reason for the sudden shift in attitudes is clear. Over the weeks and months of the pandemic, the pileup of circumstantial evidence pointing to the Wuhan lab kept growing until it became too substantial to ignore. The people responsible for uncovering this evidence are not journalists or spies or scientists. They are a group of amateur sleuths with few resources except curiosity and a willingness to spend days combing the internet for clues. Right? And isn't that the way things are these days? Isn't that the way everything is going? And like I said, I'm not a journalist, but how come it takes regular people that really want to get to the bottom of things to root out the truth? And I don't know if this is the absolute truth. For all I know, this could be propaganda. Don't forget, I don't know. Sometimes I'm right, sometimes I'm wrong. I don't know about this. I don't know how much of this is propaganda now, and it concerns me, to be perfectly honest, that the media has made an entire about-face on this, because it says a number of things to me, right? That we should be suspicious of it, because if the media is full-throated behind this, it makes me suspicious. So anyway, I don't know. I don't know what to believe anymore. First it was, no, conspiracy theory. Now it's like, well, it probably happened. So is that sort of tickling the conspiracy theorist in me and saying, haha, we were right? Or is it worse? Is it something else? Is it a whole nother about face where it's become a conspiracy by the media to make us believe this is true. I don't know. Like I said, I don't know. My actual take on this continues to change based on the media reports because I just don't know, and that's where I think we're in dangerous ground. Is that based on what's happening with what the media tries to tell us and what we believe in the interim before they finally settle on a history decided? It's horrible, right? It's terrible. I don't know. This is not good. This is not good. So anyway. Amateur sleuths, right? Again, I encourage you guys to read these articles because in full, we're not going to do it in full, of course, just for time reasons. But I mean, you understand, like holy crap with this. Like this is real stuff. This is definitely real stuff. So let's take a quick break here. Again, if you want to be part of the show, we're doing this live as always. 702-957-1037. You can join the Discord, troubledminds.org. Click the Discord link, and here we go. Let's hear a quick word from our sponsor, which is you. Are you digging the show? If so, you can support us quite easily and at no additional cost to you if you already have an Amazon Prime account. Since we stream on Twitch every day, all you have to do is link your Amazon Prime account to your Twitch account, and they give you free games on a monthly basis for your personal use, and also a bonus $5 a month to send to your favorite streamer as a way to bring more people to Twitch. And all you have to do is sync up the two accounts and click subscribe. Thanks for considering us. All right, so let's continue, shall we? Let's go to popular mechanics, and like I said, it's every time we have the media do a complete about face on itself, and here we have the expose. It says Newsweek by trying to say amateur sleuths actually are the ones that came about with this. I don't know, like clearly, if that's the case, we have a grotesque cover up, right? A grotesque cover up by intelligence agencies, by government, again, like I said, we were talking about Mike Pompeo, who I think he's an asshole, by the way. Just bringing up his name kind of gives me the creeps. But he was saying for quite a while now that he had intelligence that suggested the lab leak hypothesis was true. All right. So what is it? Is Mike Pompeo a lying asshole? Probably. Right. However, now the media is like, yep. Also, by the way. Right. So I don't know. Like, this is the type of stuff. So anyway, let's go to popular mechanics here. This is pretty cool. We're back to this again. Interesting how at least the conversation persists. Some scientists believe the universe is conscious. And right. In upcoming research, scientists will attempt to show the universe has consciousness. Yes, really. No matter the outcome, we'll soon learn more about what it means to be conscious and which objects around us might have a mind of their own. What will that mean for how we treat objects in the world around us? Buckle in, because things are about to get weird. So here we go. What is consciousness? Like, again, right, this is kind of a super deep. This is more of like a troubled minds, long kind of deep dive type of discussion with all you guys included. But we're going to just kind of burn through this. That I'm glad that these questions are out there, right? I mean, popular mechanics, they're kind of sometimes they're bang on, sometimes they're propaganda. So whatever it is, I'm glad this type of conversation is continuing out there. And like I said, you're not going to see this in the mainstream because, well, it's too sticky. They can't easily politicize this type of thing. But I do like this type of conversation. So the basic definition of consciousness intentionally leaves a lot of questions unanswered. It's the, quote, normal mental condition of the waking state of humans, characterized by the experience of perceptions, thoughts, feelings, awareness of the external world, and often in humans, self-awareness. So there you go. That's a mouthful, and that's exactly part of the problem is because it's a mouthful and so complicated, you can't easily sway people's opinion on that because it's just too big and too sticky and too unwieldy, which of course is why Sean Hannity or Don Lemon aren't talking about this. They're talking about all the other crap they talk about, right? So anyway, just interesting. I'm glad this stuff is still kind of out there. This is the type of stuff we really do with troubled minds, and panpsychism is the term here for the universe being conscious and objects possibly being part of that consciousness. So good stuff anyway. Good stuff. And let's see. What do we got? Just checking out the chat. What's up, guys? There you go. Helena's got it right. We're all on the awesome list. That's it. Jeez. Yeah, I'm a cult leader, right? Yeah, that's what the mainstream would claim, right? Because clearly, right, you can't get concerned people together and talk about the news because that's just a cult, right? That's stupid. Stupid. Anyway, all right. So let's keep on trucking here. We got this. We got Futurism reports this right here, and this is this. Scientists found hundreds of new mysterious signals from deep space, and a telescope identified hundreds of new fast radio bursts. And we've been watching this as these fast radio bursts, or they're also known as FRBs, have kind of really come into the mainstream in the last couple, 3-4 years. And they barely had a handle on this. And remember, they were super excited when the first one actually repeated, but then they found out it was repeating on a particular schedule, so it seemed like it wasn't like an alien message from an alien civilization, right? I can remember that whole clickbait type of thing. So anyway, the point being, let's see what it says. The scientists found that there were some key differences between different FRBs, or fast radio bursts, some of which were one-off bursts and some of which rapidly repeated. That led them to believe that the different categories are given off by fundamentally different sources of cosmic phenomena, they said in a research presented Wednesday at a meeting of the American Astronomical Society. The next steps, of course, are to figure out what those sources actually are. And so what? Aliens? I don't know, right? That's the clickbait version. Or what else is this? So thanks to a year's worth of observations that greatly expanded the known number of fast radio bursts, the scientists now have much more to work with as they try to figure out what's causing them. It also highlights the fact that FRBs, once thought to be rare occurrences, appear to be common phenomena in the grand scheme of things. And here we go, right? Very much like when you hear "trust the science," it's typically going to be a politically loaded term because science doesn't even know yet a lot of things, right? And that's okay. Like, it's not, not to shit on science or scientists. That's fine. They're okay. Like, it's just politicizing the science is the thing that should get under your skin. It definitely gets under my skin anyway. But this is pretty cool. It's at least that we used to think they're super rare, and now that we're looking for them, it's like, oh well, they're not really that rare at all. And well, we're about to find out. Hopefully, as they learn more about this, that maybe they're not neutron stars or these other things that they said they were. And there may be different classes of these: the repeating versions, the non-repeating. Who knows? So here we go. Scientists are now hope to determine what natural phenomena, like magnetars, for instance, give off the signals, though Harvard astronomer Avi Loeb previously suggested the radio signals could be a message from advanced extraterrestrials, which of course you can't rule out, right? You have to be looking in the places for these that are, well, I don't know, what would you say? Maybe it's aliens, right? What ancient astronaut theorists say yes, right? Well, but also maybe not. Let's say maybe not, because you never really know. But anyway, pretty cool stuff. We'll keep an eye on this clearly as it develops, and maybe they have some real theories about this. Not magnetars or neutron stars or this, that, the other thing. Maybe there's something else to this. Maybe now that it's a common phenomenon in the galaxy or the universe, even the universe at large, that we can maybe get to the bottom of this. Good stuff for me. Good stuff hopefully for you. Let's keep on trucking. This is reported by CBS News. Check this out. Yeah, that's right. CBS News reports this. CDC plans, quote, emergency meeting on rare heart inflammation following COVID-19 vaccines. What do you think? Is this a dumping day story? Yeah, that's right. June 11th. That's today. The CDC, Centers for Disease Control, plans an emergency meeting on rare heart inflammation following COVID-19 vaccines. That seems definitely not within the realm of the news cycles, right? Like, do you think this is going to blow up and go viral? I'll bet you it's not. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention announced Thursday that it will convene an emergency meeting of its advisors on June 18th to discuss rare but higher than expected reports of heart inflammation following doses of the mRNA-based Pfizer and Moderna COVID-19 vaccines. So far, the CDC has identified 226 reports that might meet the agency's working case definition of myocarditis. And what is this? Oh, geez. Pericarditis hospitalized following the shots. Big words. The agency disclosed Thursday. The vast majority have recovered, but 41 had ongoing symptoms, 15 are still hospitalized, and 3 are in the intensive care unit. The reports represent just a tiny fraction of the nearly 130 million Americans who have been fully vaccinated with either Pfizer or Moderna's doses. But in any case, right, this is, like I said, this is not the type of news that will go viral because it's contrary to the narrative, right? They don't want you to believe this or even be concerned about this. So interesting this comes out today. Like I said, like even Jen Psaki said recently, the redhead for the press conferences in the White House, she said, Fridays are a little bit wacky. Yeah, right? You know why? Because that's when all the shit comes out that they don't want to talk about, right? So they kind of pour it out, they rush off the stage and say, have a nice weekend, everybody. And this is the type of stuff that clearly they should be answering questions about, but I'll bet you they're not. Yeah, so let's see, where we at time-wise? Make sure our timing's good. Okay, we're good. We are good. All right, let's go to this one. Let's see, no thanks. I don't want to subscribe to CNBC. Thank you for asking, though. You're the best. All right, CNBC reports this. And let's go back to China for a sec. Interestingly, I want to point this out, that there's a lot of news about China, a lot of negative news about China. So we've got several articles today talking about China. We already had one. Here's another. Now check this out. Interestingly, CNBC. All these guys are the same. But anyway. I digress. China punishes 27 officials after deadly ultra marathon kills 21 participants. What the hell? What the hell? Okay. And first off, like, what is this? Is this like the Hunger Games? What the hell is this? An ultra marathon. And so not only, right, an ultra marathon, like one person didn't die. It killed 21 people. Like, what the hell is it doing? Okay, let's read some of this. This is one of those funny not funnies, right? Like, how could this go wrong? The ultra marathon. China has punished 27 government officials deemed responsible for last month's ultra marathon deaths. The State-run People's Daily said on Friday, one of the world's deadliest sporting tragedies in recent history. Do you think? 21 people died of hypothermia when extremely cold weather suddenly descended on a government-organized 100-kilometer marathon on May 22nd in the rugged northwestern province of Gansu. The head of Jingtai County, where the race was held, was dismissed from her post, the People's Daily reported, citing a news briefing by investigators. Other organizers held accountable included the mayor and the Communist Party chief in the city of Bayan, to which the jurisdiction of Jingtai belongs. Other punishments imposed on officials included major demerit ratings and disciplinary warnings. There's your social credit, guys, your demerits. This will go down on your permanent record. And yes, so Li Zuobai, the Jingtai County Party chief, fell from his apartment building on June 9th and died, state media reported, adding that the police have ruled out homicide while Li's death was still being investigated. Weird, eh? Is that what happens when your social credit score runs out? You hit 0 and you fall out of your balcony? Nah, and homicide is being ruled out. In any case, it was not clear whether or not Li's death was linked to the ultra marathon. Weird, eh? Weird. What's it? Night Stalker says ultra 27 smells like a ritual, right? Yeah, could be. Like I said, not my expertise, that ritual stuff, but weird nonetheless. An ultra marathon kills 21 participants, and I mean, funny not funny, right? Like it's one of those things where they're like, all right, let's do like a Hunger Games, like a real Hunger Games, guys. We'll get like the dome and the thing, and we'll give the bow and arrow, and how could this go wrong, right? No. Let's not do this. Geez. All right. In any case, you guys know the drill. We're going to take a quick break. You're listening to Troubled Minds News. I'm Michael Strange. Don't go anywhere. We will be right back. All right, welcome back to Troubled Minds News. We're just reading the news. We're just seeing what the hell's going on out there in the world and trying to figure out. There's no figuring out today. I just think this post-truth world, all the BS, all the propaganda, all the garbage is, well, what we're talking about today. So now that we've had some negative China news, there's probably more. But let's continue, shall we? Let's go to Yahoo News reports this. And yes, this one actually shared in our Discord by Night Stalker out there. What's up? Shout out, buddy. Thanks for sharing this weird stuff. Reported by Yahoo News. USA Today wrapped its newspaper with a fake cover about hybrid babies with antlers to advertise a new Netflix show, right? And as you can see in the picture here on the outside cover of the USA Today, it says, hybrid babies born across the U.S. World reacts to a new generation of half-human, half-animal children with both awe and concern. And yeah, you have to, I'm going to full screen this so you can truly appreciate the concocted headline here. I mean, right? Like it's like, we don't trust the media enough as it is, right? So they're going to do shit like this as like stunts to advertise a show. Come on, people. Where's Alex Jones when you need him, right? Human pig chimeras. Well, there you go. Right there on the front page of the USA Today. Yeah. Let's read some of this. Holy crap. USA Today wrapped its June 4th weekend edition newspaper with a fake cover warning of a new generation of half-human, half-animal children as an advertisement in partnership with Netflix for its new show, Sweet Tooth. Sweet Tooth. That's how could this go wrong? The fake front page contained 2 small articles about the threat of hybrids to national security and how the hybrids are the greatest mystery of our lifetime. The only giveaway that the cover was fake is the word advertisement written in a tiny font located just above the headline. Right? You see that? Let's look at that. Right there. Right advertisement, right? I mean, right? Hold on. Let's open this. Open this image in a tab and let's look at this. Let's zoom in. Look at this right there. The only thing that shows you is this top part right here, right? The top part, advertisement in tiny print. Otherwise, right? This just ends up some marketing BS fake news, doesn't it? Like, what kind of shit is this? Like I said, like literally, I have enough problems trusting the press as it is without shit like this. And, you know, a money-making stunt. It's an advertisement for Netflix, for crying out loud, with the tiny little thing up top that says advertisement. Really? Screw off, people. This is not okay. This is not okay, you know, and this is why we can't have nice things. This is why. Sweet Tooth, the show they're promoting, is centered on a dear human hybrid kid named Gus, who goes on an adventure to learn more about why he and other children around the U.S. were born part human, part animal. The series is based on a comic book of the same name from DC Comics. And yes, that's the real front cover of the USA Today. And, Yep. General calls hybrids a threat to national security. Activists fight back. And hybrids the greatest mystery of our lifetime. Yeah, well, there it is. Welcome to the upside down, right? If this isn't, I don't know, weird. I don't know what is. Is this? What would you call it? What's that term? Predictive programming, right? They're prepping us. They're prepping us for when the actual human hybrids, the animal human hybrids, are walking down the street. So we're like, cool. This is cool. This is cool. All right. Well, let's go to, this is CNN, the most trusted source in news. Newly discovered planet could have water clouds. Yeah. Hell yeah, right? Give me some of that. Give me some of that. Actually, cold water. I've got some cold water right here. I'm out of coffee, so I'm drinking cold water instead. So let's have a sip of this. So good. Newly discovered planet could have water clouds. Check this out. Scientists have discovered an exoplanet located 90 light years from Earth with an intriguing atmosphere, one that could contain water clouds. Hell yeah. Exoplanets are planets located outside of our solar system. This exoplanet, called TOI-1231b, completes a full orbit around its star every 24 Earth days. It orbits a red or M-type dwarf star known as NLTT 24399 that is smaller and dimmer than stars like our sun. The discovery of the planet was detailed in a new study that will be published in a future issue of the Astronomical Journal. Quote, even though TOI 1231b is 8 times closer to its star than the Earth is to the sun, its temperature is similar to that of Earth, thanks to its cooler and less bright host star, said study co-author Diana Dragomir. That sounds like a fake name, but okay. An assistant professor in the University of New Mexico's Department of Physics and Astronomy in a statement. Quote, however, the planet itself is actually larger than Earth and a little bit smaller than Neptune. We could call it a sub-Neptune. All right. Cool. So, clouds, exoplanets, just speaking my language. Looking forward to maybe going there someday after they've made sure we can live 1,000 years, right? Or whatever the hell's going on with this. I don't know. Just, part of being a troubled-minded individual. But yeah, that's what's going on. So if you guys have comments on this or anything else, you know how we do this. We're doing this live. You want to be part of the show. 702-957-1037. That's 702-957-1037. You can be part of the show. Join the Discord. Go to troubledminds.org, and we'll put you on the show that way as well. You could join, etc. So on. Also, join the Discord if you have not. Lots of smart people in there sharing lots of good links and having lots of good conversation. So good stuff. And what's up? I see you guys in the chat. I see you. Thanks for hanging out here. Thanks for being with us today. All right, so let's continue, shall we? So there we go. Blah, blah, blah. We got that one done. All right. Now check this out. This continues. The China news, right? This is, the China news. Let's go to this. Linking it. As always, I'm linking my sources. You can find them afterward. They'll be down below in the description box, and you can follow up on these actual sources. Because, like I said, some of it might be BS. I'm open to the fact that we live in this world just kind of deluged with propaganda, and so I think that it's important so you guys see where I got this information from. As always, right? It's a part of the shtick, part of why we do it, part of the conversation here. So you guys can go follow up and read this stuff and see with your own eyes. I'm just not making this shit up, because some of the shit you can't make up, like truth is stranger than fiction, right? So anyway, this is reported by thehill.com. Chinese researchers say new batch of coronaviruses found in bats. How could this go wrong? Here we go again. File this under how could this go wrong? Yeah, this is what I'm saying, right? So how much of this is propaganda? How much of this is truth at this point? I don't even know. Yeah, it frightens me a little bit that it's like the media is just going full speed ahead with this. And so it's like, wait a minute. Again, remember a year ago, this was a conspiracy theory. Now, The Hill and the USA Today and these other assholes are like, oh, by the way, China, bats, yay. Check this out. Researchers in China say they have uncovered a new batch of coronaviruses in bats that resembles the COVID-19 virus that has swept the globe. Awesome, right? Yeah, the researchers say they collected samples from small bats that lived in forests in the Yunnan province between May 2019 and November 2020. Oh, nice timing. Quote, in total, we assembled 24 novel coronavirus genomes from different bat species, including 4 SARS-CoV-2-like coronaviruses, the researchers wrote in the journal Cell. So let's see. Let's get that link too, if you guys want to read that. The actual paper itself, which is probably best to get the information from. But let's see. So this continues. The researcher said one strain garnered from the Rhinolophus pusillus bat species, holy crap words, bears a particularly strong resemblance to SARS-CoV-2, though with differences on the spike protein that the viruses use to attach to cells they infect. Quote, together with the SARS-CoV-2 related virus collected from Thailand in June 2020, these results clearly demonstrate that viruses closely related to SARS-CoV-2 continue to circulate in bat populations and in some regions might occur at a relatively high frequency, they wrote. Like I said, at what point do we start to become suspicious of the propaganda when all the media kind of swarms in on this, So I don't know. Like this is, again, like I said, concerning. Are we banging the war drums? Is this headed to, I don't know. I mean, I hate to say it, right? I hate to say it, but, Yeah, there you go. Helena says, get the bats on the terrorist list, right? Add them with the guys, the hackers and the people that have YouTube channels, all those assholes, because they're all terrorists, right? Just ask them. They'll tell you. But I mean, I don't know. Like I said, when you start looking at this stuff, it starts to become a little bit, what would you say? A little bit... irritating, confounding. I don't know. I'm out of words. I'm not the guy that's easily out of words, but I'm out of words for this. It's just like I said. I'm not sure at what point does propaganda become war propaganda. And again, yesterday's conspiracy theory is today's war propaganda. And you see my concern. Anyway, let's continue, shall we? There's more. Oh, there's the actual article itself, the journal pre-proof from cell.com. Anyway, all right, let's go to the Wall Street Journal. And of course, the Wall Street Journal is well, it is what it is. All right, so the Wall Street Journal, the headline here is, "Our Lord Isn't Woke. Southern Baptists clash over their future." Now, before I even get into this a little bit, this seems to me like propaganda. Right? Of course, pitting a cultural war against a religion in particular. And again, like I said, I'm not, as you guys know, I'm not particularly a religious dude. But I will fight for your right to be so. And I truly believe we have the right to be wrong in that capacity as part of that freedom of speech thing, right? That damn freedom of speech thing that so many people don't want us to have. But I think it's important, our right to be wrong and be able to say these things and consider things that may or may not be conspiracies. Because, of course, yesterday's conspiracy is tomorrow's war propaganda. So as it goes, yeah, our Lord isn't woke. Evangelical Christians were a regular presence in the Trump White House. Oh, they laid hands on the president as they prayed for him, stood at his shoulder as he signed the executive orders, and saw vindication for their support in his anti-abortion policies and conservative judicial appointments. Now, the Southern Baptist Convention, the country's largest and most influential evangelical denomination, is at war over what direction it will take after the Trump presidency. One faction argues the SBC should step back from its role in electoral politics in order to broaden its reach and reverse a 15-year decline in membership. Another faction says the denomination has been drifting to the left, and the way to retain and attract members is to recommit to its conservative roots and stay politically engaged. Each side accuses the other of straying from SBC's core mission. Now, no matter how you slice this, they're basically crapping on the Southern Baptists. And, again, I hate really labeling anybody in such huge groups and maligning huge groups like this. It's irresponsible. It's grotesque. It's as bad as being racist or anything else, in my opinion. It's like saying all cops are terrible. It's ignorant. It's ignorant. Just like saying all Southern Baptists are terrible, right? And of course, the Trump connection. And anyway, like I said, thanks Wall Street Journal for some bullshit propaganda. Appreciate that. I'm sure there are some very nice Southern Baptists out there. So. Just saying where we at time-wise. I think we're good. Let's hear one more time a word from our sponsor, and we'll keep on trucking. Are you digging the show? If so, you can support us quite easily and at no additional cost to you if you already have an Amazon Prime account. Since we stream on Twitch every day, all you have to do is link your Amazon Prime account to your Twitch account, and they give you free games on a monthly basis for your personal use, and also a bonus $5 a month to send to your favorite streamer as a way to bring more people to Twitch. And all you have to do is sync up the two accounts and click subscribe. Thanks for considering us. Okay, so let's go to The Guardian, one of my favorite sources, as Penny says. So The Guardian is trash, and I couldn't agree more. But anyway, The Guardian reports this. Astronomers find blinking giant star near heart of Milky Way. Here we go. So telescope observations revealed that over a few hundred days, the enormous star, which lies more than 25,000 light years away, dimmed by 97% and then slowly returned to its former brightness. The unexpected and dramatic darkening was probably caused by an orbiting planet or companion star surrounded by a disk of opaque dust crossing in front and blocking the light that would otherwise have reached Earth. Now, if you guys remember, not too long ago, maybe 6 months or so, something like that, we talked about on this the news show actually that there's a particular thing happening with the stars in astronomy, where they take a picture of the night sky and years ago, right, like from the 70s, and then now the same picture of the night sky has missing stars, like actual missing stars. So maybe this is right. What's going on here? Clearly, I don't think there's like what is it, Galactus out there from the Marvel comics eating stars or anything. But if they're present in actual photographs of the sky surveys from the 70s, and then there's missing stars now, maybe this is a lot more common than we think. But anyway, interestingly, so if it dims by 97%, right, it stands to reason that stars could be dimmed by a full 100%, right? So anyway, the unexpected and dramatic darkening was probably caused by an orbiting planet or companion. Like we said, quote, "It appeared to come out of nowhere," said Dr. Lee Smith at Cambridge University's Institute of Astronomy, on the sudden dimming of the star. It began to fade in early 2012 and almost vanished by April that year, before recovering over the next 100 days. Astronomers noticed the mysterious dimming star in data gathered by the Vista telescope, operated by the European Southern Observatory in Chile. The instrument has been watching a billion stars for nearly a decade in search of examples that varied in brightness in the infrared realm of the electromagnetic spectrum. And here we go. You can see in these photographs, I'm going to full screen this so you can maybe see, but the only way is to check it out full screen on your own. Let's see, did I link it? Yeah. So you can see actually on the photograph on the left, you see the stars there. July 2010, April 2012. It's right in the middle. It's very small, and then August 2013, it is actually a large size again. So it literally almost vanished, almost completely disappeared. So maybe this is going on all over the damn galaxy, all over the damn universe, and this is what might be causing this. These missing stars, as it were. So interesting, but. Yeah, I thought nice that they actually caught an example of this and were able to say what? Aha, gotcha. But anyway, all right, what do we got? Looking at the chat. What's up, guys? Thanks for being here. I appreciate all the enthusiasm for the show. And yeah, what's up? We have time for you if you want to be part of the show. 702-957-1037, troubledminds.org. Click the Discord link. Get your ass in here. Comments on this or anything else, love to hear it from you. And there you go. All right, let's see. Where are we at time-wise? I think we're all good. Okay, space smog. That's like space peanut. That's a space peanut. Let's see, what else do we got? How you guys doing? Let's read in the chat. Hello. All right, so a few more articles here, but as we get down to it, I don't know. Maybe, I don't know. Now, let's go to life science. Let's just do this. Oh, geez, all these pop-ups. Pop-up after pop-up after pop-up. All right, speaking of space, more space news. I love the space news. You know why? Because it's really difficult to politicize space news. You ever noticed that? It's not like they're like, oh, by the way, if you like Alpha Centauri, you are a racist. You see what I'm saying? You'll never hear that. Well, maybe we will. Maybe that's predictive programming. Maybe it got beamed into my brain from who knows where, and they're going to start saying shit like that. But anyway, this is pretty cool. This is from Live Science. A giant arc stretching 3.3 billion light years across the cosmos shouldn't exist. All right. I love when humans tell the universe what should and shouldn't exist. You know what I'm saying? But how big is too big? So a newly discovered crescent of galaxies spanning 3.3 billion light years is among the largest known structures in the universe and challenges some of astronomers' most basic assumptions about the cosmos. The epic arrangement, called the Giant Arc, consists of galaxies, galactic clusters, and lots of gas and dust. It is located 9.2 billion light years away and stretches across roughly a 15th of the observable universe. Think about that. A 15th of the observable universe. That is unbelievably big. So its discovery was serendipitous. Alexia Lopez, a doctoral candidate in cosmology at the University of Central Lancashire in the UK, told Live Science. Lopez was assembling maps of objects in the night sky using the light from about 120,000 quasars, distant bright cores of galaxies where supermassive black holes are consuming material and spewing out energy. As this light passes through matter between us and the quasars, it is absorbed by different elements, leaving telltale traces that can give researchers important information. In particular, Lopez used marks left by magnesium to determine the distance to the intervening gas and dust, as well as the material's position in the night sky. In this way, the quasars act like spotlights in a dark room, illuminating this intervening matter. So in any case, this thing is big. Like I said, I do enjoy when humans say this shouldn't exist, right? Because, well, you're blowing our minds, universe, things we don't understand. It makes us crazy as humans. And so, that's part of the suspicious nature of news and media and science and, the assumptions that are made of all the things we know. But there's a whole lot of things we don't know. And I think that we should give some reverence to that. That, humans are great, but humans kind of don't know jack shit about a lot of things. And that's okay. That's okay, right? It's just having people acknowledge that once in a while is nice, I think. But, that's just one dude's opinion. What the hell do I know? I always say I'm just an asshole on the internet with a microphone. What do you guys think about this news or any of the rest of this news? You have comments on the Troubled Mind shows or any of the rest of this? We have time for you. 702-957-1037. I've got an actual blurb with the phone number, but I'm having trouble getting it formatted just right. Lots of things to do, lots of juggling, lots of things in the air, as you know. I'm kind of a one-man band in many cases, so it's hard to get everything done all the time. So it's coming. We'll have a nice little blurb here with the phone number, but 702-957-1037. You can join the Discord at troubledminds.org and also find the phone number there. Come say hi. If you haven't joined the Discord yet, today's your day. Today is your day to get in there and say hello to all the nice people. Let's see. What do we got? Who else? Just reading the chat. What's up, guys? Lots of folks out there. Thanks again for hanging out with us today. Okay, so a little bit more news, and let's keep on trucking. Shall we? Let us do it. Let's see. I'm out of my New York Times free articles for the day, so let's drop that one in the Dwayne Dibley trick. What's up, Dwayne Dibley out there? I know. I shouldn't say it. I shouldn't bring up Dwayne Dibley so much because it makes Johnson mad, but it's okay. All right, so that one is already archived. Nice. All right, so this is from the New York Times. Now, kind of like I was saying with the interesting stuff about all of the weird China news, right? There's a whole lot of like negative news kind of hitting the wires about China, and so like we in the past have highlighted this stuff. And it wasn't highlighted in the past. It was basically covered, right? It was kind of swept under the rug, like some of this really bad stuff about China. And there's a lot of bad stuff about China. And again, like I said, I don't have anything against the Chinese people. Please don't consider it that way. It's the CCP. It's the Chinese government, okay? It's completely different. I'm pretty sure a lot of people over there, if given freedom of speech, of actual freedom of speech, would probably speak out against their government. But if you do there, you could be in danger, all right? So, like I said, it's not about Chinese people. It's about the Chinese Communist Party, all right? Just want to make sure for the haters out there, for the people that want to leave bad reviews and say, this guy's a racist asshole. No, I never said anything of the sort, all right? Okay, because I'm not, by the way. I'm an asshole, but I'm not a racist asshole. How about that? Here we go. China's censorship widens to Hong Kong's vaunted film industry with global implications. Like I said, a lot of negative news about China out there right now, and most times there's not. It's like, remember that whole NBA thing where the NBA was kind of backing up China and trying to do a bunch of that stuff because of the money flow and all the rest of that, right? LeBron James saying something about the people of Hong Kong ignorantly. Remember that? Because it was his paycheck, right? It was his paycheck. But in any case, the city's government said would block the distribution of films that are deemed to undermine national security, bringing the territory more in line with mainland Chinese rules. Now, remember, how we started this show was talking about national security, right? Talking about the definition of a terrorist. All right. Now, in this case, in Hong Kong, they're adopting the CCP's policy from mainland China, basically to say that if you put out a film that is against the narrative of the mainstream and the party, you are a terrorist. You understand? You see how these definitions, depending on who you ask, are very flexible. And that's the dangerous part, right? That's the dangerous part. When you hear the term terrorist, it is politically motivated, all right? In many cases, there's a definition for that, like an actual dictionary definition, but politically, that shit flops all over the place, all right? But anyway, so the Chinese Communist Party is saying, yep, distribution of films that are deemed to undermine national security, right? All right, here we go. So the city's government on Friday said it would begin blocking the distribution of these films, and the new guidelines, which apply to both domestically produced and foreign films, come as a sharp slap to the artistic spirit of Hong Kong, where government-protected freedoms of expression and an irreverent local culture had imbued the city with a cultural vibrancy that set it apart from mainland megacities. And weird, right? Weird. Yeah. So this is censorship. It's for freedom of expression. It's free speech. It is a violation of human rights, like basic human rights. But again, right, like I'm a terrorist for probably mentioning that, because we don't care about human rights anymore. Like nobody, like not you. We do. Some people do. But some people forget what they are. Some people forget that there are basic things that we take for granted that we're willing to give away for some stupid version of security, right? And again, how many times have you been felt up at the airport? How safe did it make you feel? You see what I'm saying? There's issues here. There's a conversation to be had, and it's worth having. So that's part of what we do here. So anyway, let's finish up one final article, and then we'll pull up the Star Wars crawl and do our thing. Still got time for you guys if you want to be part of the show. 702-957-1037. Click the Discord link. Let's go to the LA Times. Now, the LA Times reports this. Yep, you got it. Officials raise alarms about another respiratory virus as COVID-19 fades. Weird, right? Weird. They're like, shit, people are not afraid anymore. What do we do? What do we do? I know what we'll do. As COVID-19 fades, officials are warning about a rise of a different respiratory virus, usually a problem in the fall and winter cold season, that may be making a comeback as spring fades into summer. And an advisory issued by the U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, that would be the CDC, of course, and circulated by the Los Angeles County public health officials, authorities warned about the recent rise of RSV, or respiratory, how the hell do you say this? Respiratory syncytial virus across the southern U.S. You guys know what to do. If I don't know how to pronounce a word, I'll ask Microsoft Mike. So let's go to our lovely assistant, Microsoft Mike, and find out how to say this.
In an advisory issued by the U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention and circulated by Los Angeles County public health officials, authorities warned about the recent rise of RSV, or respiratory syncytial virus, across the southern U.S.
Respiratory syncytial virus. There you go. Who knew? Who knew that's how you say that crazy looking word? Anyway, RSV produces similar symptoms to COVID-19 and can cause severe illness not only in older adults but in young children. On an annual basis, RSV leads to 58,000 hospitalizations in children younger than 5, leading to 100 to 500 deaths, and 177,000 hospitalizations in seniors 65 and older, leading to 14,000 deaths, the CDC said. All right, so in any case, like I said, is anybody sick of this shit? Is anybody sick of this shit? It's oddly enough, now this is weird. I was at Costco today. I went to the dentist earlier this morning. I was coming back. I hit Costco, and I put on my mask because, well, right, we're supposed to, and the door, there's usually a sign on the door that says, masks required. I don't even check. I just put the mask on and go in. So I go into Costco, and there's like 95% of the people in there are not even wearing masks. And I was like, holy shit, when did this happen? So I look like the weirdo in the whole place. But interestingly, the world is changing. It's kind of becoming a I don't know. It's becoming normal again. It's a little weird. But yeah, there was none of that going on. There was none of that happening out there, and it was refreshing to see. I didn't have a panic go through my body, if you know what I'm saying. I was like, yeah, this is cool. This is cool. Look, people are out there doing their thing. So apparently, the mask mandate has been lifted, and even big businesses like Costco are like, nah, fuck it. It's time. It's time. So good. It's good. Good for me to see some actual back to normalcy. So yeah. All right. Let's see. Let's go to. Let's do this. Let's pull up the thingamajigger here and put the Star Wars crawl on and say thank you to all the folks, all the fine folks who support the show. So let's do that. Like I said, we are at the end here, and so we do Troubled Minds Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday at 7 p.m. Pacific, and that's more of the Aliens Conspiracy Paranormal show. This is the news show. We do this Monday and Friday at about 3 p.m. Pacific time. So this gets cut up and put to, not really cut up, I just trim out the intro music a little bit so it's not too long, and put it on YouTube tomorrow. So this will hit YouTube 24 hours later. So if you missed it live or don't like it on Twitch for whatever reason, this will be on YouTube tomorrow. So with that said, again, happy Friday. Everybody have a fantastic weekend. We do have I haven't decided when yet, but we'll have another bonus show coming up for the folks that have subscribed to not just this channel or Patreon, one or the other. You're all welcome. If I've missed anybody on this list, please let me know, or if I mispronounce your name or anything. Like I said, I want to make sure we get all this stuff right. And thank you so much, number one, for listening. Thank you so much for spreading the word. Thanks for being active in the chat and caring and spending your time here. And like I said, it makes a world of difference to me. And we've built a really great community with a lot of great people. So thank you all for that. And then a double thank you to the folks that have subbed up to the channel and actually support us and send some money our way. Appreciate that quite a lot. So let's play the outro. Let's do this. All right. As you know, thanks again. A huge thank you to all our amazing supporters. Join the list today. These are the folks that are subbed up on Twitch: AJ Dare, Alien Nichan, Dark Devious, 40s AM, Ident, J Up, Jay from New York, Noble Kal-El, Monochromatic, what's up, Bailey? Not the Golf Channel, Quint67, Stinky Carnival, Super Vike 1, Satan Claus, Patreon supporters: Johnson, Alien Nichan, Axel Steele, Dark Devious, Dwayne Dibley, Helena, what's up? J Up, Matt Sal, Twigs. Like I said, I'm not running for office, but thank you. It, like I said, it does make the world go around for me that you guys care. You guys care. You show up and you care, and you treat each other with respect. It does make a difference. I think it does. And so, thanks again for listening. Thanks for being part of this. We'll be back on Monday with a new show like this. I will announce the bonus show. It'll either be this weekend or next weekend. Also, Sunday night we will have the inaugural role-playing with Axel Steele and Ash and myself. So I'll send out the notification on Discord for that. So if you haven't joined the Discord, please do. And we're going to do some fun role-playing business and have a good time. So there you go. Thanks for hanging out again, guys. Thanks for thanks for being good to each other. And we'll see you soon. Have a fantastic weekend. And we'll see you Sunday night, actually. And I guess I'll talk to music. Peace. Have a fantastic one, guys.